I have something very interesting for you, and it's based on transactional analysis, but we're not gonna go to psychology. I figured out the way to, bring it one step down so every person can understand, and for me to explain it really easy and quick. So basically, in the psychology, there's something called live script, but we're gonna call them a secret messages in this video. And the point is that your parents taught you something, the message they hid in your back head, and that may help you or prevent you from doing something. For example, in this scenario, let's say you want to start your own business, but you keep stopping after, let's say, 2 months. No matter what you start, it doesn't even have to be business. It could be working out, it can be college, it can be music instrument, it can be whatever you want. After 2 months, exactly 60 days, every time you stop, what you tell yourself is, I don't have time for that, that's why I stopped. If I did have time, I would be successful in musical instruments, sports, working out, college, business, whatever. So this is the scenario. You start something, you stop, you say you don't have time, but if you did have time, you would be successful. And to you I say, that's a secret message. You are not stopping because you don't have time. You're actually purposely finding other stuff to do so that it seems like you don't have time. It's also called as a noble obstacle, Then the second one or the third one, doesn't matter, is that you said, well, if I did have time, I would be successful. Well, why don't you figure out how to have time? Why don't you wake up early or, stop doing something and then switch it and then buy yourself time, like make yourself time. And then if I do have time, I will be successful. So basically, you can forget about all that. What your secret message could be, it doesn't have to be, it could be, this is a scenario, hypothetical. It could be that you are, fearing that other people might judge you and that they might think you're not good enough if you fail. So basically, you say to yourself, if I never start, I can never fail. That's why nobody's gonna laugh at me. So if I tell them I don't have time to that, they will understand me. And this is the problem, because you will always be miserable because you never try that. But on the other side, you will always stop doing that because you fear that other people will judge you. But since this is the hidden message, it's under the water, it's behind the curtains, it's in the attic or something like that, like it's hidden, you don't know that is preventing you from achieving your goal. But you have a replacer message, aka I don't have time, and that's your excuse. So that's why I'm not using the psychology, intersectional analysis and everything else, because when I say psychology, everybody turns off the video. So forget about that. Let's do it like this. So basically, you have the message that you think is the correct one, and you have the hidden message, which is taught to you by your parents. Then you have a replacement message, which you think is the truth, but actually it's not. So there are like 3 levels. So basically, in the first one is you say, I don't have time for the business. The second one is if I had time, I would be successful. And third one is I'm purposely I'm purposely sabotaging myself, making excuse that I don't have time, so that I cannot try something and fail and then people won't laugh at me. So it's kind of complicated and like really deep, and it takes a little bit of time to understand. And what's more important, than it actually takes you a few, tries to figure it out, because you have to ask the right questions. And then I cannot give you the questions for you to ask yourself, because well, every single person is different. But basically, you look in the past and see if you have ever repeated something multiple times. For example, if you ever started something and then stopped more than 5 times. If you did that, that's probably, a loop, and you're gonna repeat that in the future, and probably even more so when you grow up and when you become older, and when this thing starts, like settling down, everything will uh, be, you won't be able to change, and then it, your bad habits and good habits are gonna become stronger. So you're gonna start repeating more and more and more, and maybe you even shorten the duration. So if you figure out in the past if you have repeated something more than 5 times, ask yourself, why did you stop the first time? Why did you stop the second time? Why did you stop all of the other times? And there are probably gonna be one or two, but most likely one answer. In this case, not enough time. And then you will ask yourself, well, how come I just don't have time? How can I don't have that 1 hour I need? And you'll probably realize that you spend at least 1 hour watching TV, movie, games, PC, internet, whatever. And then you ask yourself, well, why am I spending that 1 hour of my valuable time that I don't have playing games, instead of playing musical instruments, working on my business, learning for college, playing a sport, hanging out with friends, whatever. And then you will get stuck. Doesn't matter. Hey, we start small, just leave it on that. Then come back later. Maybe you'll get an answer in the shower, in a dream, or tomorrow while you're walking your dog or reading a book or something like that. Like, you'll get the answer. Or if you don't, come back to it again, then ask yourself again. And then if nothing pops in your mind, you keep asking yourself, well, is it because I don't have money? Is it because I don't have time? Is it because I don't think I'm good enough? Is it because I don't have the skills? Is it because I don't have a teacher? Like, what is the reason why you're not doing it? And then if you get the answer, then ask yourself, is that the truth? Or am I telling that to myself? Am I backwards rationalizing, That's one of my favorite terms, backwards rationalizing. It's when you do something and then you think, why is it good that you done that? Instead of thinking, is it good or bad? And then once you realize that it's good, then do it. No, you just do it, and then you explain later, yeah, it's good because of this, because of that, and then you don't look the bad things. So that's probably you backwards rationalizing, like me saying, in this scenario, I don't have time. Like, yeah, because I play games all the time. That's why I don't have time to play musical instrument. And then I ask myself, well, why am I not playing musical instrument instead of playing games? Like, obviously I have at least 1 hour for that. And then in this example, the reason is because if I try playing a musical instrument and I fail, you will laugh at me, and I don't want to laugh at me. I don't want you to laugh at me. So if I say, well, I don't just have time, otherwise I would be the best guitar player in the world, you'll be like, yeah, I agree, I don't have time either. Don't worry, bro, nobody's judging you. And that's bad. So think about it. One, what's the reason why you stopped doing something? Two, what is the, let's call it, excuse? And the free one is, what's your hidden message? And once you can unlock that and break it, you can go deeper in your head, in your heart, in your soul, and you can unlock some amazing stuff, and you can become really, really successful when you break the bad habits and replace them with good habits. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it helped you a lot, that it brought you a lot of value. And I see you tomorrow as always. Bye bye.